Before we get into this reading, I just want to say please use your discernment. This is a general reading, meaning that it is not a one-size-fits-all. Please take what resonates and leave what does not. If you do find this message is resonating, you don't need to claim it. You don't need to claim it. You don't need to like this video. You don't need to subscribe. You don't need to comment. Oh, Wheel of Fortune and the Magician. Interesting. Interesting. Creating new opportunities, creating new, creating new ways for the wheel to turn in your favor. Creating a new cycle, creating a new way of being, a new turn of events. Anyway, as I was saying, I do not believe in claiming personally, and in my opinion, claiming a message, locking in a message, what have you, it really, to me, just is engagement bait, and that's not my cup of tea. So if you find that this message is resonating, beautiful, and if you don't, that's okay. Maybe I'll see you again next time. What else was I going to say? Oh yes, I really do hope that this message finds those who need it. And may those who need it have the wisdom that the message is for them. Temperance, hello. Talking about balance, talking about harmony. Do we need the balance or do we need, I'm going to keep you. 7 of Wands. Do we need the balance? Do we need the harmony? Or is it actually here? What do we need more of? Considering we have the 7 of Wands out, I feel like this may be something that we are feeling a need for. A need for balance, a need for harmony. Hello, what were you? Hold on. The Sun. So I feel like whenever we hear about harmony, when we hear about balance, right? When we hear about, because temperance is also about patience too. But I feel like this is something of balance that we need. Typically, when we hear these words, we think about, at least the way that I see it, right? It is very typical to think about like, oh, inner peace. Oh, we need to meditate. Oh, we need quiet. Oh, we need to just kind of like sit and just make room and make space to receive it. No. In this case, I really do feel like you need to stand up for yourself. In order to look for the balance that you want, and the sort of what will make a more harmonious situation is for you to actually stand your ground, to actually stand up for yourself, defend yourself. We have the 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I find that you are carrying way too much. You are carrying way too much, and honestly, it is things that aren't even your burden to have on your back. It feels like the whole weight of the world is on your shoulders. Queen of Cups, I feel like you know this too. I feel like you've been getting intuitive pangs of, this is getting to be too much. I need to release this. I need to speak up. I need to say, hey, can we not have this? Page of Swords, I wouldn't worry about coming off as, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe bratty? Or not bratty, whiny. I would really not think of this as being something that, I don't think that this is really a bratty thing to ask for. I don't think this is you acting spoiled. I don't think this is you acting weak. When I just split the deck here, we had the 4 of Cups and the 7 of Swords coming through. There may be some people who don't want to hear it. There may be people who do not want to hear this from you because your going above and beyondness has been benefiting them and has really kind of helped them not have to deal with their own things. And that's kind of sneaky, right? It feels like whenever you... Oh, and we have the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords here. It feels like you finally defending yourself and standing up for yourself against their sort of... I won't go as far as to say that there's like this manipulation here, right? But there is this sort of like deceit, this sort of like... It's not necessarily lies, but perhaps like a withholding of truth, you know? Or, I mean, it could also be lies of like, oh, but you're just so much better. Oh, but you're so good at this. Oh, but I don't. Oh, but it sort of feels like they were kind of maybe gassing you up a little bit and kind of trying to be like, oh, you know, but like it's using maybe compliments to get you to do what they don't want to do, and then it just becomes like another thing that you just like handle because, oh, like they're so much better at this, you know, they've got this, they're so talented. And it's sort of like, okay, look, that's really wonderful, but it's not in my job description. It doesn't just necessarily have to be in like the context of a workplace, right? Six of Wands. Ooh, and the wands keep going down from the 10 of Wands to the 7 of Wands and now down to the 6 of Wands. It feels like you are releasing when you stand up for yourself. You are releasing all these burdens. But the 6 of Wands talks about coming home victoriously. I feel like when you stand up for yourself, yeah. I haven't mentioned the sun here, I don't think. The sun talks about vitality. It talks about life itself, warmth, happiness, joy, childlike wonder, all of this stuff that I feel like a lot of people wish to still hold on to as they move on in their lives. And I feel like you have been perhaps missing this. And in order for you to get back in touch with this side of yourself, you need to set boundaries. 4 of Cups coming back out here, man. Even if people don't want to hear it, too bad. You know, like, if people want things to be done and it's their responsibility, I feel like, yeah, like, too bad. They gotta start pulling their weight. And I think you may have been feeling this for a while. I feel like you have always kind of like, I don't know, gotten these little pangs of like, no, I see this. And you may have even like talked to yourself, right? You may have even like said to yourself like, oh, you know, I know that, you know, this isn't how it's supposed to be. I know that, like, you, it's not, how do I want to phrase this? It's sort of like you may have realized how much you are doing, right? It feels like you may have this list of like, well, I do this, and I do that, and I take care of this, and I make sure this is done, and I do that, and I do this, and we, you know, like, you know, I have this image of like a mother who is like, well, I do the laundry, I vacuum, I run the kids to their after school activities, I run them to school, I make the appointments, you know, and then I have my own job on top of that. And, you know, it really does sort of have this like, I'm doing all of this and I'm seeing not necessarily like benefit, but it's just you aren't seeing the same type of ponying up from others, or it's like whenever you know that something needs to get done but it'll have to be at the same time as something else going on. It's sort of just this, like, you can't just give me a hand. You can't just help out. You can't just, I just went grocery shopping. I just loaded the car. I just picked up this. I just did that. You can't bring in the groceries? You can't help me bring them in the house and unload them? It's, I do your laundry. I make sure these things are in order. I tidy up the bedroom. I've cleaned our bathroom. You just can't pick up your clothes and put them in the hamper. It's stuff like that, right? We're really getting down to like the minuscule that I'm feeling. Ace of Wands. We're getting lower into the wands. It feels like the more that you speak up, the more you'll feel this new energy, right? The more that you speak up, the more that you defend yourself, the more that you say, look, this is not fair treatment. This needs to be a balanced relationship. Even if it's not necessarily a romantic relationship, right? It could be platonic, it could be familial, right? It could be a work environment relationship, right? It could be something along those lines. But in order for you to see the balance and the happiness that you desire, you need to speak up. You need to say, look, this is what I've been doing. This is for how long I've been doing it. This is how it's starting to make me feel. This is how it's starting to affect me. It's starting. Page of Swords popping up again. Don't worry about coming off as like whiny. All right. And if anybody's dismissive of you, of like, oh, well, that's what you're supposed to do because this is what society's rules are. F that. No. We don't care about what society's rules are because it's impacting you. It is really impacting you. You are not just whatever society paints you as. You are a human being. You are a real human being. Okay? You are an absolute, like, person. I don't know how to stress this enough, but if anybody tries to, like, say that you're hasty in this, you know what, the Eight of Wands too, and the Page of Swords, talk about fast movement. You aren't too hasty in this, because this is something that's been building up, I feel like. Alright, this isn't you just like, it's, you know what it is too, there might come a point where you reach your breaking point, and to other people, it may look like you're just freaking out about one occurrence, when internally, like, years have gone by, and it's all built up inside, and it's finally exploding. Like, it feels like there's going to be a catalyst if you don't start speaking up now. That's what it is, right? Like, you really just, it's been inside. You've been keeping it inside, and if you don't address it, then there will get to a point where people will look at you and be like, why are you freaking out so much? You've literally never spoken up about this before. And that's where people might think of you as like a bit hasty, or they may not want to hear it because they think that you're like over emotional, or it's whatever it is. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You are strong enough to do this. Okay, you are confident enough to do this. Even if you don't feel it, you have the power to do it. Okay, you've had all of this maybe not energy, but well, I guess energy technically, but you've had all of this energy, this power to keep going through this and to keep carrying these maybe they're not necessarily burdens, but you've had the strength to carry all of this weight. You've had the strength to carry the weight of the world, and you're worried about not being able to handle this, to be strong enough to defend yourself. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. The world, yeah, literally the weight of the world. This will be the ending of the cycle, okay, because it'll show you exactly who is here to help you out. Because, like, here's the thing, right? If you start defending yourself and you start speaking up, there may be people who think that you're being too much, you're being, like, over-exaggerating, or you're being dramatic. Those are not the people who are here to help you out, right? You will see who is here to be a leech. You will see who is here to be, to be someone who doesn't want to do as much but still benefit right? They want to benefit from others' efforts when they should have been like their own. You know what I'm saying? You'll see the difference between those people, and you'll see the people who are genuinely here who want to help you out, right? It's a matter of speaking up. It's just a matter of actually saying something and not holding it inside. Okay, you're strong enough. You are absolutely strong enough to stand up for yourself and to voice your concerns and to voice your feelings. You are strong enough. You deserve the peace. You deserve the balance. You deserve the harmony. You deserve the happiness. Okay? You may not feel confident enough to stand up for yourself, but you certainly are strong enough. It doesn't matter confidence or not. You have the ability. You have the strength to do it. Okay?